Some cruisers are getting a bonus 2 days at the end of their trip. More bad behavior at Carnival Cruise Line. And Norwegian starting to nickel and dime people. Lots to talk about. Let's get to it. Hi, I'm Sean Whent. I'm your host here at the Whent There Cruising Channel. Today is cruise news for October the 11th, 2025. And today's cruise news is coming to you from the Harmony of the Seas. We're wrapping up a cruise here on the Harmony of the Seas, and content from this cruise will be coming your way very shortly. The first story today comes from Royal Caribbean. The Ovation of the Seas left for Japan back in September on a 16-night cruise that was supposed to arrive on this week in Thursday the 9th in Tokyo. However, due to a typhoon, they had to stay out at sea longer. The port of Tokyo closed, and so everybody on board was stuck there for 2 additional days. Doesn't sound like a bad deal, right? And of course, you don't have to pay for those 2 days, but they were offering a deal or discounted deals on extended drink packages and Wi-Fi packages. So obviously they can't charge you more for the cruise fare, but they can charge you for the 2 additional days of a drink package and 2 additional days of Wi-Fi. They were offering a deal though, so I'm sure it was a good deal. They were also offering, though, $200 of airfare flight change assistance. So due to that, if you booked a flight through somebody other than Royal Caribbean, you had a change fee as a result of that. They were offering $200 credit toward that. But if you booked through Royal Caribbean, they actually adjusted the flight for you. So that's not a bad deal. Now, unfortunately, for the people that were on the cruise that was supposed to leave on Thursday, they were going on an 11-night rerouting cruise down to Singapore that will now be a 9-night cruise to Singapore. So I guess good for the people that got the bonus 2 days, and not so good for the people that got shorted 2 days. But what do you think? Do you think that's fair compensation, or should they give you the drink package and Wi-Fi package complimentary? Your thoughts. I'd like to hear what you have to say. Second story today comes from Carnival Cruise Line, another misbehavior story, although in the grand scheme of Carnival misbehavior, this one's pretty minor. But a lady posted on TikTok how clever she was sneaking alcohol on board. So she and friends apparently were on board for their bachelorette party and did not want to presumably pay for alcohol. And she snuck alcohol on board in her feminine hygiene products and then posted about it on TikTok. Well, apparently one of her followers on TikTok was unappreciative and notified the people on Carnival, and security came to her cabin and did a search and recovered the alcohol. Why would you post that while you're still on board? That just seems like you're asking for trouble. Well, she's since been informed by Carnival Cruise Line that she is banned for life now. So I guess the honeymoon cruise will not be on Carnival Cruise Line because she is no longer allowed to sail on them. Is that an appropriate punishment? I think it is. Now, the sad thing here, or the weird thing here, is that Carnival will do this under the guise of safety. They say that, that allowing you to bring alcohol on board permits uncontrolled drinking, and they're concerned about people's well-being. But I think really it's about revenue. They want you to be buying their drinks downstairs or their drink package, and don't want you cutting into their sales. I'm sure that's what really motivates it, but they claim it's about safety. Sure it is. Third story today involves some dry dock news. So 2 big ships are both in dry dock right now. The Carnival Mardi Gras is in dry dock in Marseille, France, and the Disney Fantasy is in dry dock in Germany. So the Carnival Mardi Gras launched in 2021. This is its first dry dock, so I guess that's about right. Every 3 or 4 years or so, they go in for a dry dock for maintenance upgrades and things like that, to keep the ship running well. But no word yet from Carnival on what changes will be made on board. Usually they do make some changes on board. We reported last week or 2 weeks ago now on some changes that are upcoming here to the Harmony of the Seas, which we'll talk about later. But no word yet on what's changing on the Carnival ship. However, over at Disney, the Fantasy is being upgraded, and amongst the things they're changing there is they are adding a taco bar to their pool deck. So now they have burgers and salads, and now they're going to add one station there specifically for tacos. They have that on the Disney Dream, so now they're going to update the Fantasy to make it like that. Additionally, they're changing something with the bow, I guess, to make it more efficient in the water. So some more hardware type upgrades as well. But are you excited about either one of these ships' upcoming changes? Are you scheduled to see what they look like after the change? Let us know. Speaking of new things on cruise ships, the next story today comes from Margaritaville at Sea. So they previously announced that their third ship, the Beachcomber, will be sailing from Miami in early 2027. Well, this week they've released concept drawings for the new ship, and honestly, it looks pretty neat. This one will have a 4-deck high, 5 o'clock somewhere pool destination on board. So that's pretty cool. In the concept drawing pictures, it looks really neat. Yesterday, or a few days ago actually, we were in port in Cozumel next to the Islander at Sea, their second ship, and I was looking at their pool deck on that one, and I thought it looked pretty nice. I also noticed it had like a decent pickleball court. The last cruise ship I was on did not. This one, the Harmony of the Seas, does have decent pickleball, but it was only for part of the day. They use that for various sports throughout the day. But are you scheduled to go on Margaritaville at Sea? What are your thoughts on this? I've heard mixed reviews, but at least from the concept art drawing, it looks pretty cool. Let us know what you think. And the last story today comes out of Norwegian Cruise Line. So a week and a half ago, it was reported that Norwegian is changing its policy for the main dining room, and they are now going to start charging for a second entree. So if you want to buy a second, or if you want to eat a second entree at dinner, there is a charge for that. Honestly, that seems relatively reasonable to me, so I wasn't that bothered by that one, but now it has continued. So now, in addition to that, they announced this week that their drink package that used to apply on their private beach at Great Stirrup Cay will no longer apply. So they announced months ago that they're doing, big upgrades there to their private beach in the Bahamas, the Great Stirrup Cay. It looks neat in the concept drawings, but up to this point, your alcohol package from the ship has applied on the beach. Now it will not. But don't worry, you may not be without a drink package while you're on the island. As according to the statement from Norwegian Cruise Line, it says, as an alternative and to provide our guests with the flexibility to curate how they experience the great life, we will offer our guests the ability to purchase a new beverage package crafted exclusively for Great Stirrup Cay. Well, that's generous of them. How nice. And then, not to be outdone, additionally this week it was reported at least on one Norwegian ship, and we're not sure if this is going to go fleet-wide. The data is sketchy at this point, but they've limited room service to one hot item and one cold item per person. Now, it's not clear exactly how they're defining that. I'm not sure if like burger and fries is 2 hot items or if the side counts, or unknown. But nevertheless, there's now a limit on how much you can get from room service. Room service that is already not free, like $5 for breakfast or $10 for afternoon or dinner meals room service on Norwegian. But now not only is there a charge for it, but there is a limit to how much you can order per person. And I don't even know how they know. I mean, they know people are supposed to be in the room, but what if you're by yourself and the other person is not in the room? Can you order 3 items? I don't know. Seems very odd to me. But so I've not seen a Norwegian statement on this yet. This is just what's online because guests on board are reporting this. But is this a disturbing trend for you? Do you feel they're starting to nickel and dime people too much? Like, I wasn't bothered so much by the additional entree, but now we're limiting what people can order from room service, and now your drink package doesn't work where it used to work. It's a little too much. Does this turn you off from Norwegian Cruise Line? I have one cruise booked on Norwegian right now, and I honestly can't say as I'm super excited about that one. I just feel it's getting a little nickel and dime-ish, and I generally prefer a more all-inclusive experience. But that's me. Hope you found the video useful today. If you did, please like the video. And if you like cruise content, please subscribe. We do want to be your source for cruise content. As I said, Harmony of the Seas content to follow. So if you want to see some of those videos, please subscribe. And until we see you next time, we do wish you smooth sailing. Take care.